So first point on the board for the number 2 seed. Just missing there. Andy Murray was a finalist in Doha back in February. Of course, won a challenger in Aix-en-Provence on the clay, which certainly seemed to suggest that he was really considering a run at the French Open this year, but disappointing early exits in Rome and in Bordeaux. Defeats to Fabio Fognini and Stan Wawrinka. Straight sets in the case of Wawrinka back in the middle of May. Perhaps contributed to the decision to go for the grass.
Oh.
Good crowd here to see the three-time Grand Slam champion in action. Just long from Chung.
40, 30.
So Andy Murray holding. First game of the opening set secured. Second match of the day will feature another player using protected ranking to get into the main draw here, Jiri Vesely against Ryan Peniston. Second meeting between those two. They played each other in Nottingham last year on the grass. It was a tremendous match. All three sets went the distance. It was won 8-6 in the third set tiebreaker by Peniston. That was in the first round as well. So they will meet again. First service game here for Chung. played 2 challengers so far this year, both in South Korea, Seoul and Busan.
Second serve.
Lost to Jordan Thompson in Seoul in the first round, and then to Uchiyama in the first round in Busan 4 weeks ago. As I mentioned already, won the Next Gen ATP Finals back in 2017. And then he made the Australian Open semis less than 3 months later. It's been a back injury that's kept him out really for the last couple of years.
Correction, all's good. 30-15. He was inside the base. On the sideline, inside the base.
Murray not too happy with the call there. What a great touch that is from Chung.
40-15.
It's a decent return here from Murray. It's an awkward one for him. Did pretty well with it. Chung was up to it in plenty of time though. Yeah, just long. And Chung is off the mark as well here. 1 game all in the first set. So it's Murray to serve. This is quite a tricky opening round for Murray, given that he won't have much to go on in terms of Chung's level. The fact is that Chung has barely played any tennis on grass at all in his career. In fact, his last match on this surface was back in 2015. First round of Wimbledon. This is his Grand Slam main draw debut. He's still a teenager. Lost to Pierre Gabert in the 5th set, 10-8. First ever appearance for him in Surbiton. That's outstanding from Andy Murray. Best point of the match so far.
40 love.
Really well constructed.
Out. 40-15.
Oh, brilliantly done. Started pretty well here, Chung. Good pass there, cross-court backhand, finding the gap. Great response there from Murray. Gets the ace. First 3 games of this opening set all going with the server. So 2-1 lead for the former world number 1. As I mentioned already, there are qualifying matches still being played. As well as matches from the main draw today. This is one of 4. From the main draw here. Two of them on this court. Ryan Peniston against Jiri Vesely up next. With the last match of the day. As Chung prepares to serve here, 2-1 down.
Oh.
The other 2 main draw matches, incidentally, Christopher O'Connell against Dennis Kudlin.
15 love.
Kubler against Brouwer as well. That's brilliant from Murray. Lovely backhand slice here. Deep to the baseline. Moved in to hit the forehand winner. Very nicely done. hoping for his first opportunity
15-30.
to make the breakthrough.
First serve. Oh! 15-40.
And what an opportunity now to make that crucial early breakthrough. Well, that was a great exchange.
30-40.
No joy yet for Andy Murray. We'll have another break point here.
Okay, Murray.
Well, it's long, and Andy Murray does make the breakthrough.
Murray leads 3-1.
It's a pretty good start from Chung, staying with the world number 43. Murray has made that all-important step forward in this opening set. Gets that first break on the board. Serving well. Really nicely done again.
41.
Murray looking to consolidate here, back up the break. She does do impressively. Holds the love. Takes a 4-1 lead in this opening set. Just the one break, but very much in charge at the moment. Both of those sets as well. Still fighting to take that second set into a deciding tiebreak as well, which could then take us into a third set potentially, and that would be the end of qualifying for this event. Good start again from Murray on serve. really good serving again from Murray.
40-15.
Winner of this match will face a qualifier in round 2. Well, it's another very comfortable hold for Andy Murray.
Leads 3 games to 1.
3-1 lead. Up a set in the break, 3 games away from making it through to round 2 here. Jiri Vesely and Ryan Peniston will be out next. Second ever meeting. Almost a year on from their previous matchup in Nottingham. Vesely actually played in the French Open last week, lost to Stefanos Tsitsipas in the opening round. Peniston not able to make it through qualifying there. He's been struggling a little for results of late. Be a big challenge for him. Pretty good service game so far from Chung. Injection and pace there from Murray.
40-15. Okay, Chung.
Murray not happy with the call there. Chung
Games to 2.
with another hold, staying in touch, 3 games to 2. That last qualifier, by the way, between Cox and Ferry has gone into a second set tiebreak, so Dan Cox has to win that to keep his main draw hopes alive. He's already put out the 5th seed in qualifying. It's a great story, actually. Dan Cox, who returned to professional circuit during lockdown. Tennis started to resume again, having basically retired a few years earlier. Played a lot of UK Pro League and Started going out on the ITF circuit again. Fighting for a place in the main draw here. It's currently 5-2 up in that second set tiebreak, so that match could be heading for a deciding set. Billy Harris is through into the main draw. It's a good win for him. 12-10 in the second set tiebreak against Svider of the USA. Again, Murray looking very, very confident here. He's been serving so well. Really nicely done again. He's now on 10 of 11 points on serve so far in the second set. First serve percentage in the second set of 73%, so pretty much just picking up where he left off in the first. The way he's served so far in this match will be possibly the most pleasing aspect of his performance. The fact that he hasn't given Chung an opening at all.
41.
Another impressive hold from Andy Murray. Love service game.
Murray leads 4 games to 2.
Number 43 at the moment. Well, number 1, of course. Down a couple of places this week. Nicely done by Chung.
15 up.
Can't afford to give Murray any more opportunities now. Somehow he's got to find a way to put him under pressure. That last qualifying match, by the way, Dan Cox has taken the second set, 7-5 in the tiebreak. So they are heading for a decider, Cox and Ferry. Place in the main draw. Hard fought match, that one. 10-8 in the tiebreak in the first set to Ferry. Played just a fraction under 2 hours so far.
15-30.
All going pretty much to plan here for Andy Murray. Big couple of points for Chung here. The pressure is building on him now.
15-14.
And that has missed. Went for the cross-court forehand, just missing the line. And Andy Murray will serve for the match here in just a few moments. Double break up in the second set. It now looks like the former world #1 is heading through to the second round in Surbiton. Tournament that hasn't had too many British winners, just the one in fact. 2019, Dan Evans beat Viktor Troitsky in the final. Alex Bogdanovic made the final back in 2003, lost to Wesley Moody. This event that has been won by some pretty big names over the years. Marty Fish, Joe Wilfred Songa. Recent finalists have included Alex de Minaur back in 2018. Dennis Kudler's made the final twice in the last 8 editions of this tournament. 6 editions, I should say, of course. There were 2 years where it wasn't played. But here, Andy Murray serving for a place in round 2.
Second serve.
Very good second serve.
15 on.
Outstanding from Murray, who has match points. Finishing with a flourish. Andy Murray moves into the second round in Surbiton. Again, Chung has barely played in the last few years. Didn't make it easy for him, put in a decent performance, but there was just too much quality on the other side of the net. Andy Murray served impeccably over the course of the match. He's got the job done in 1 hour and 10 minutes. 6-3, 6-2. And he will play in the second round. Well, on paper, a tricky one for Andy Murray. and a fairly routine victory, and it was the quality of his serving, as I mentioned, that really made the difference here. If you look at those numbers, the first serve percentage was high throughout the match, and he won 82% of points behind the first serve. First serve percentage, incidentally, of just under 70%, and 92% of points behind the second. He actually dropped 1 point on his second serve in the whole match, which is an outstanding effort. And he leaves the court pretty happy with his day's work. So Andy Murray beating Hyeon Chung, former Australian Open semi-finalist, in straight sets to book his place in round 2. First player into the second round of the main draw here. And we have one more match coming up shortly from the main draw as well. First round match between Jiri Vesely, the former world number 35, and Ryan Peniston, the wild card. And that will be getting underway in just a few minutes' time. Welcome back to Centre Court, the Surbiton Racket and Fitness Club. Final match of the day, and the second from the main draw on this court to be played. Ryan Peniston, wild card, up against Jiri Vesely of the Czech Republic, former world number 35, who has not played a huge amount of tennis over the last 12 months or so. In fact, this is just his fourth event since the US Open last year. He was beaten by Dan Evans in the first round. Played a couple of challenges in the Czech Republic in the last couple of months, in Ostrava and in Prague. Made the quarters of the event in Ostrava, lost in the first round in Prague, and then played the French Open, where he took a set off Stefanos Tsitsipas but was unable to progress any further. His ranking at the moment 455, but again, having played, it is an opportunity to pick up some form. Years old, Jiri Vesely, a couple of ATP titles to his name. Both 250 events, one in Auckland back in January of 2015 and one again in February of 2020 in India. Last year made the final in Dubai, of course, lost to Andrei Rublev in the final. That was his first ATP 500 final. He's got a couple of doubles titles as well, and a total of 8 challenger titles, the last of which came in October of 2021 in France. Very experienced, former junior Grand Slam champion as well. A left-hander, which could make life a little tricky for some players, although he's up against Ryan Peniston, himself is a left-hander, 27-year-old from Southend. And as things stand, the higher ranked of the two players, 192 in the world, Ryan Peniston, a career high ranking though of 123, and he's had a rather rough run of late. He's played here a couple of times previously, made the quarterfinals here last year, when of course he had a pretty good run on the grass. Play French Open qualifying, where he lost in the second round of qualifying. He got a first round win, which actually ended a bit of a challenging losing streak going back to the end of February. He actually lost the 8 straight matches heading into the French Open, so getting that win in the first round of qualifying was a bonus. He did lose to Radu Albots in the second round of qualifying, so didn't make the main draw. But he had a pretty decent season in 2022. And he's reached 3 challenger finals in his career so far. Most recent of those in Ostrava last year. One in Antalya and one in Prague in the second half of 2021. He has 4 futures titles, yet to win a challenger event. Made the second round of Wimbledon, of course, last year, which was a significant run for him. This is his first grass court match since playing at Wimbledon last year. He was beaten in the second round by Steve Johnson after winning the first round over Henri Laaksonen. He made the quarterfinals in Eastbourne as well, and in Queens prior to that. Played here, where he also made the quarterfinals, as he did in the Nottingham Challenger, so he had a really good grass court swing in 2022, be hoping to try and repeat that. You may remember he beat Jack Draper in the second round here last year after defeating Adrian Manarino in the first round. But he knows that this is a big challenge. Vesely maybe ranked 455 in the world and without too much in terms of recent tennis on his CV, but he's very capable. And these two, as I mentioned, had met once before. That was in Nottingham last year in the first round. Peniston winning it in the third set tiebreak. All 3 sets went to tiebreaks, incidentally.
The left of the chair, Jiri Vesely.
A win there, 7-6 in the third.
Vesely won the toss and elected to receive.
Vesely has some pretty good experience, as I mentioned, on the grass. 4th round of Wimbledon back in 2018. He lost to Rafael Nadal.
30 seconds.
It's the second time that he made the 4th round at the All England Club. Previously got there in 2016, lost to Thomas Burdick. He's beaten some good players on grass over the years. Guillaume Monfils back in 2014. Dominic Thiem 2 years later at Wimbledon. Diego Schwartzman, Fabio Fognini back in 2018 as well. Beat Alexander Zverev in the first round of Wimbledon 4 years ago. Made the 3rd round last year, beating Korea and Davidovich Fokina. But he is making his debut in Surbiton. And with his experience, I'll be hoping that he's to come out on the right side of this clash with Ryan Peniston, having missed out in Nottingham last year. So 2 left-handers fighting it out on centre court. What is the last match of the day? It's the wild card from Southend. We'll get this match underway, serving first in the opening set.
Block 15. Pursuit.
an early opportunity here for Vesely. A couple of break points in this opening game. Well, not the ideal start for Ryan Peniston, broken in the opening game of this first set. Vesely. It's the perfect start. Played so little tennis in the last 9 months, down to a hamstring injury. He's used protective ranking to get into this event in the main draw, because his current ranking is down at 455, but he's a much better player than that. You may remember at the start of 2022, and Daniel Medvedev took over as world number 1 ahead of Novak Djokovic. That was down to Djokovic being defeated in the quarterfinals in Dubai by Jiri Vesely. Second ever win over Djokovic. Got him back into the top 100 after reaching the final. As I said, that injury kept him out for the beginning of this season and the end of last. Has had a big impact on his ranking again. So he will no doubt be desperate for a good run here this week, just to get some time on the court. As much as anything else.
LTA.
Well, Peniston could be in for an immediate response here. 3 breakpoint chances to get off the mark in this match and level it up at 1 game all. Brilliantly done from Vesely. Saves a second. As break point here, Peniston, to level things up. Oh, and that's exactly what he's done, an ace to save the third break point.
Advantage, Vesely.
And that is a terrific serve again from Vesely. Back-to-back aces.
Deuce.
That one is just long. He's hit 3 aces in this game so far, Jiri Vesely.
Advantage, Vesely.
He's got another chance here to close out the game and back up the break.
Okay, Vesely.
Oh, that is a big hold. Triple break point down, but recovers well. Disappointment for Ryan Peniston. Early in this match, broken in the first game. And you have to credit Vesely for the way he served after a shaky start to that last game. 3 aces in total to help get himself out of trouble.
Fifteen. 15.
It's a good return again from Vesely, good depth.
Let's see, 50.
be tough for Peniston this season to live up to his achievements on the grass last year.
40, 50.
Mentioned already that he was a quarter-finalist at this tournament in 2022. This is the third time he's played here. Was knocked out in the first round back in 2019.
Russell.
Made a couple of semi-finals at challenger level early in the year, but I mentioned that 8-match losing streak finally broken in French Open qualifying. But he has lost 9 of the last 10 matches played. He really needs the hold of serve here, if nothing else, just to get himself into the match. Obviously, a double break would be a huge blow at this stage. That's just missed from Peniston. Vesely threatening to break again here. Still battling it out in the last qualifying match, by the way, Dan Cox and Arthur Ferry. 4-all, 30-all in the third set. So that was 35 minutes.
Advantage Peniston.
That's nicely done by Peniston. Another game point here.
Okay, Peniston.
And that's a good serve. And that is a very important hold for Ryan Peniston, off the mark in this first set. It's always going to be crucial for him to avoid falling further behind, because Vesely was just getting a little bit of momentum there. Be a little disappointed, Peniston, not to have broken back when he had those opportunities. Now 2-1. Two left-handers here fighting it out for a place in the second round. Here in Surbiton, Andy Murray already booking his place in round 2 earlier today, but an impressive win over Chung. Potential that winner of this match could face Murray in the quarterfinals. In the second round, the winner of this match will face either the Dutchman, Guus Brewer, or Jason Kubler, the 5th seed Australian. Other 2 seeds in this bottom half of the draw include the number 3 seed Mackenzie McDonald, Jordan Thompson, who's the defending champion. He'll take on McDonald in that first round match, and the 7th seed Ilya Ivashka, who will play Hugo Grenier in the first round of his match. Vesely serving now with the break, 2-1 lead.
Love 50. 15 all.
What a pickup that is from Peniston.
15
Shot of the match
13.
so far. Vesely didn't do a lot wrong. Maybe just a bit too much on that volley. Needed it to stay a little closer to the net, or he could have put it away with a little more authority. Gave Peniston the chance to get there, but he still had so much to do.
Oh!
And it's long from Vesely, who is now facing 2 more break points. He's saved 3 already.
Oh!
Oh, what an exchange again.
30-40.
First break point saved by Jiri Vesely, 4th in the match already.
Juice.
Again, some good serving has got him out of trouble.
Advantage, Vesely.
Another terrific serve.
Oh!
Let's set it.
Oh, what a hold
Okay,
again
Vesely.
from Vesely.
Vesely lead 3-1.
Serving really has helped him out so far. He's now saved 5 break points, hit 5 aces. He has a 3-1 lead in the first set, but it's been far from straightforward so far. Just long. From Vesely there. In case you're wondering, that last qualifying match between Dan Cox and Arthur Ferry is still going. Both players have now had match points. Dan Cox currently leading 5-4. Ferry serving in the final set. Ferry has just saved a match point in that game, having had a match point himself in the second set. 2 hours and 45 minutes. Big service game again here for Ryan Peniston. Well, how costly could that be? Vesely now can really take charge of this opening set, be a little harsh on Peniston. The Czech has played the big points really well. Can he now increase his lead? Good serving from Peniston. Oh, this would be a really good hold. Not there yet.
And British Peniston.
Another chance here.
Okay, Peniston.
Oh, he just caught the line.
Vesely lead 3 to 2.
Relief there for Ryan Peniston, who was looking like he was in serious trouble there. He's managed to come through it. So 3-2 lead here for Jiri Vesely, still up a break. That doesn't really tell the full story. Peniston has had lots of chances to break back. Could easily have been a double breakdown. And that last qualifying match has now finished, and Dan Cox able to get the win. 2 hours and 48 minutes in the end. Third set saw him go a breakdown. He saved a match point
Sorry.
in the second set, converted his second match point to book his place in the main draw. So great win for Dan Cox over Arthur Ferry. Those two have had some good battles in recent years. Ferry has had the edge on Cox in those matches in recent times. Dan Cox winning just 1 of the previous 5, so that is a good win for him as he makes it into the main draw, world number 365. Here on centre court, Ryan Peniston doing his best to battle back in the first set.
LTA.
Vesely, not for the first time. Finds himself a long way behind. And this time he won't recover. Peniston breaks back. Really, that has been coming. Peniston now serving 3 games all.
Love 50.
Really good serving from Peniston. He has persisted well here.
That's Vesely.
Beautifully done by Peniston. What a good recovery in this first set from the wild card. Was down a break, could have gone down a double break. And multiple break points saved when he first tried to break back, and Vesely was able to see those off, but now a different feel and look to this first set. Developing into a good contest here. So Vesely, new balls. Serving at 4-3 down.
Love 15.
Double fault there from the Czech. Third double fault of the match. Hit 5 aces so far, most of them coming in those early stages. In fact, coming in his first 2 service games. First service just starting to let him down a little now.
Fifteen. Sorry, 15.
Very nicely done by Vesely. Really needed that after just a little bit of a dip in this first set. Hoping to level things up now at 4 games all. That's exactly what he does. 4 all. Peniston now. Feeling a lot better about the way this first set is playing out. It was really close when these two met last year in Nottingham. All 3 sets went to a tiebreak.
That was it. That's it. Okay. Peniston.
Peniston holds the love.
Peniston lead 5-4.
It's a game away from winning the opening set. After that flying start from Vesely, who almost went a double break-up. Now it is the wild card. It's a game away from claiming the opener. Break a piece so far. First round of the Surbiton Trophy. ATP Challenger event on the men's side. It's a $100,000 event on the women's ITF tournament. This is the last match of the day
Time.
on the centre court. Kubler and Brower still battling it out in the second set. Kubler serving to try and take it into a tie break. He took the first set 6-1, 5th seed. Christopher O'Connell and Dennis Kudler getting their first round match underway on court 3 following that win for Dan Cox against Arthur Ferry. Vesely has struggled in the last few games. Floated long by Vesely. Peniston with set points. And it's a good serve, much needed. First set point saved.
sir. Yes.
The return is long from Peniston, so Vesely survives for now. Foot fault called. Vesely can't quite believe it.
Advantage Peniston.
And it will be another set point for Ryan Peniston. And he does get the first set wrapped up, Ryan Peniston. Took him a little while to get going here. Bounced back well from those early disappointments. Vesely, who had a chance to go a double break up, was unable to maintain his level throughout that opening set, which goes the way of Peniston, takes it by 6 games to 4. Having made the quarterfinals last year, is now a step closer to making the second round, at least here in 2023. 51 minutes that first set, hard fought. Look at the break points. Ryan Peniston couldn't take those early chances. Needed 3 break points right at the end to claim the set. But he got there in the end. Turned the set around. It was an impressive start from Vesely, but he just dropped off in those levels a little later.
Tom. Second set.
So Peniston will now get the second set underway. Looking to maintain the impressive level. That he has produced so far.
Very done.
Oh, brilliantly done by Peniston. Lovely cross-court forehand there. Found the gap, placed it perfectly. That's better from Vesely. That is a very good hold from Ryan Peniston. Finds himself in an excellent position now. Andy Murray winning on this court a little earlier on, booking his place in the second round. And Jason Kubler, the 5th seed, is also now into round 2. He's beaten Giesbroer of the Netherlands in straight sets, 6-1, 7-6. So he is into round 2 and will face the winner of this match in the second round. Peniston on course at the moment, up a set, but a long way to go. It's a good start from Vesely, got the early break. Save 3 break points in the next game to eventually hold and go 2-love up. Saved another couple of break points in his next service game to make it 3-1, and then had 2 break points, chance to go 4-1 up, couldn't take those, and that's when the comeback started. Peniston has won 6 of the last 7 games. Oh, what an exchange that was.
30-40.
This was a brilliant bit of improvisation from Vesely. Wasn't much he could have done, really. Did well just to get it over.
Juice.
Quickly saving breakpoint again. Peniston continues to ask questions.
Advantage, Peniston.
Another break point.
Vesely, 2 games to love.
So he has backed up the break. Backed up his opening service game, I should say, with a break. And now Peniston. He's won 7 of the last 8 games. In a great position. To go on and see this match through.
Let's whistle.
Make it a pretty good day for the homegrown players in Surbiton. Andy Murray already through, of course. Only other British player involved in the main draw today. Plenty of success from the British side in qualifying as well. Jay Clark beaten by Luke Saville, but wins for Harry Wendelken, Mark Whitehouse, Billy Harris and Dan Cox. Really solid play from Peniston. The error eventually coming from Vesely. It's starting to look like a player who is just lacking match practice. Not a dissimilar story to the one we saw earlier on this court with Chung. Vesely has not played a lot of tennis this year. Put in a decent effort against Stefanos Tsitsipas in the first round of the French Open. Managed to take a set off him. Started well here with that break, but up against it now.
40.
Peniston looking to consolidate his position.
Let's whistle. Game Peniston.
Peniston
3 games to love.
backs up the break. It is now 8 of the last 9 games for Ryan Peniston. Three-love lead in this second set. Huge service game coming up for Jiri Vesely.
Sorry.
So the question now is, can Vesely break this streak?
Love 50.
Didn't get enough on that. Five games in a row, Peniston has won. Eight of the last 9. Vesely needs this desperately.
2-2.
It's an impressive serve there. Things not improving at the moment for Vesely. And the errors are starting to come now. Maybe just a little bit of fatigue setting in. Lacking confidence. But he has got himself a double break point here, Peniston, for a 4-love lead.
Oh.
Trying to go down the line. It's a break point saved. Certainly saved plenty of those in this match. Vesely needs to save another here to keep his chances alive.
Goose.
He has saved that one brilliantly. Brilliant. Great depth on that shot from Vesely. Very nicely done. 10 of 13 breakpoints saved in the match now, including the 2 in this game.
Okay.
Huge hold that for Jiri Vesely. Peniston did everything he could to try and keep that point alive. The check finally off the mark. Still a breakdown. Winner to face Jason Kubler in round 2. 5th seed. Brilliantly done. That's good anticipation there.
Good feel up.
Nice 1-2 punch as well to follow. Just looks a lot more composed. Than he did in the early stages of this match.
Going Peniston.
Very good hold again from Peniston.
Vesely, 4 games to 1.
2 games away now from victory. Couldn't take those breakpoint chances in the previous game, but still in a great position here. The last 11 games won now for Peniston, so really happy with his progress here after going a breakdown in that first set. Vesely has struggled a little bit, although that was an important hold at 3-love to avoid the double break.
Time.
This is another big one now. So to maintain his hopes of progressing here, and what is his debut in Surbiton. I mentioned the previous meeting between these two on the grass last year in Nottingham. Peniston winning that from a set down. 6-7, 7-6, 7-6. All 3 sets went to a tie-break, and they were all pretty close. 9-7 to Vesely in the first. 7-5 and then 8-6 in the next 2 sets. In favour of Peniston.
Very long.
Better serving there from Vesely. Brilliant again from Peniston, forcing that one down the line.
50. Fourteen, 15. Let second serve. Alright, just get a ball, please. Okay, Vesely. New balls, please.
So Vesely stays in touch.
Vesely,
Still just a breakdown. Lead for Ryan Peniston here, 2 games away from booking his place in the second round to be up against Kubler.
Love your feet.
Vesely is not out of this yet.
Love 30.
What an important first serve that was. Oh, outstanding again from Peniston. He's being really tested in this game. Huge point. Peniston really having to step up in this game, and that's exactly what he's done. Well, 30 down, but now with a game point to move within one game of victory. Big hold from Ryan Peniston, who's now a game away. Vesely will have to serve to stay in the match and in the tournament. Incidentally, the draw has now been completed. The qualifiers all securing their place now. So Andy Murray in the second round will take on one of two qualifiers. Boo Yun Xiaokete or Harry Wendelken will face each other in round two. We know that Peniston or Vesely will face Jason Kubler in the second round. Billy Harris, who qualified today, will take on Rinki Hijikata. And Dan Cox will take on the Frenchman, Constant Lestienne, 6th seed. Mark Whitehouse will face Zizou Bergs. And Dan Evans will face lucky loser James McCabe. The lucky loser in the draw is Zachary Zvider, the American, who will take on Alexander Vukic.
Love 15.
So that does complete the draw now. Plenty of main draw matches to come tomorrow. Vesely here serving to stay in the match. That was well left by Vesely. Not sure he had too much choice, but didn't try and get a racket on it in the end. Proved to be a wise decision. Peniston came charging up to that and just couldn't take enough off the shot.
That's it.
Outstanding from Peniston.
15-38.
And again, that is a brilliant way to bring up match points. Ryan Peniston. Two opportunities to close out the win. Really raising his game here. crucial dying stages.
34.
An ace from Vesely to save the first match point.
Game 7.
That's a double fault to end for Vesely. After a promising start, he isn't able to find the victory on his Surbiton debut. It is Ryan Peniston, last year's quarter-finalist, who comes through to win the match in straight sets. Slow start. The wild card recovering from an early break to win 6-4, 6-2 and book his place in the second round. Well, Vesely did get off to that good start. Could have gone a double break up in that first set as well. That's when Peniston managed to raise his game. And turn the first set around. The second set was far more comfortable. He always looked in control. The victory coming after an hour and 26 minutes. Just a little bit better all round from Ryan Peniston. Vesely did start well. He's got a lot of experience. He beat the world #1 just last year, of course. He has been troubled by injuries over the last few months. Hasn't played a lot of tennis, and it did really show in that second set where he seemed to just lose a little bit of energy. And that is a great win for Ryan Peniston, who is defending a very good grass court season from 2022. And this was a very tricky first round draw, which he has come through impressively to claim a place in the second round. Joins Andy Murray, who won earlier on today, and he will face Jason Kubler, who also made it through in today's first round match against Gies Brewer in straight sets. So Kubler and Peniston is the first second round match confirmed. After today's results, Andy Murray will face either Bu Yunchao Kete or Harry Wendelken in the second round. Wendelken, well, both players in fact qualifying to make it into the main draw. And Chris O'Connell and Dennis Kudla are still playing in their first round match today. Kudla up a set in that one, but a good way to wrap up the day's play on centre court. A fine win for Ryan Peniston, who beats Jiri Vesely in straight sets to make it into the second round of the Surbiton Trophy.